Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Creative Let's Build. I hope you guys are all having a good day. I'm doing fantastic. Guys, I want to apologize for the break between videos. The first episode went okay, but I really didn't like the pack. So I spent a couple days to rebuild the pack where we switched versions of Minecraft too. I'll talk more about this when we get into the video. But if you guys enjoy this series, make sure you hit that like button. Otherwise, let's get started. Alright guys, so to talk about what I had previously said, I decided to switch packs. I really was not a fan of the other pack that I was playing. It was a newer version of Minecraft. It didn't have a lot of the mods that I wanted to use. So rather than continuing on with the world that we had, we're going to start a new world today. We're now on 1.7 rather than 1.1. And I think that's going to have a huge difference because there's so much more variety available in the blocks that we're using. So with that being said, what is the theme? What are we going to do for this new build? Well guys, I want to tackle something that I have never done before. I think I want to build a castle. This is something that I've always kind of wanted to do in Minecraft. I think everybody wants to build a castle at some point. And it's a very hard feat to accomplish. It's a pretty overwhelming task. So what I think I'm going to do is I think today we are going to start that challenge. And I just noticed that my view distance is a little bit off there. So today we're going to be starting to build a castle. And the game plan, I don't want to like go for mega detail right away. I want to kind of get some structural stuff built, things like that. And then as we progress, we'll put more and more detail into the build. So, I think the first thing that I want to start off with is stone brick. That's kind of the castle block, you know what I'm saying? That's the go-to sort of castle icon. So we've got brick. I think we're also going to use stone brick stairs. We're going to use stone brick slabs. Then let's grab a builder wand. Probably going to use this one. I like that one a little bit more. And then let's make sure that vein miner is set, so if we need to remove any blocks, we'll be good. There we go. Vein miner is set to sneak. So I found this like little kind of covey area right here, and I really like this. So thinking about how I want to sort of build this, I'm going to start off with like a castle turret, I think. And just kind of go from there. And I just want to build. I don't want to get caught up to thinking about anything. So I'm thinking for size, I'm going to go 4, 1, and then 4 on the other side, just like so. That'll give us a pretty big starting point. And, you know, I just want to get it done. You know, thinking like the longer I hesitate, the more I'm going to think about it and the more I won't want to do it. So let's, how do we like that size? That is actually a decent size. I really like that. Okay, so let's build this up some more. Let's probably go up just, probably something like that right there. Okay. I like that. Okay, yeah, fantastic. That's a good pathway. Now, I want to kind of work on the bottom portion of this. Let's try to, like, kind of break this down into tiers, I think. So I'm thinking probably something like right there. And then this will probably be the start of the top right there. Something like, yeah, that'll work perfect, I think. Okay, so I'm actually going to come down a level. And I'm going to add a block of ring around the bottom here. There we go. Now, I haven't really done much research. I have a pretty much an idea in my head of what I want to do, though. There. So let's bring this all the way down. That did not work the way I wanted to. That did not go so well. Oops. Okay then. Sometimes the builder wand is a little crazy, but break this down all the way to here. There we go. Okay. And that does not need to be there either. We want to cut the sides. Oh, okay, problem solved. Anyways. We want to come all the way down, and one of the reasons why I chose this area to build in was because of how the castle wall is gonna look. It's like, it's gonna be very anchored to the floor. It's gonna look very amazing. So there, and then there. Alright, so let's get all this filled in. I think that's all good now. The sides right here. There, and there. Okay. So I really like the way that looks. That's like a really nice looking sort of anchor to that. And then I want to come back through with stairs, I think. And I'm going to point the stairs in the direction that it should be facing. Like that. And then that should give it even more slope to it. Now, if we want, we could use carpenter blocks, and that would be even better. Something like that, I think. That looks pretty good. It's a little big for what I wanted to do, but I'm okay with it for now. Alright, so I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna make another ring around the top here, just like so. Just like this. And that'll be the start to the top of the turret. And then we're gonna mimic the bottom side by doing the same exact thing. There we go. So you, and then. So this top part, this tower, let's consider this tower sort of a lookout tower, if anything, you know? Just like that. So there's going to be a top part to that that's going to kind of flesh out a little bit more. You know what we should probably do? What would it look like if I did this? And just kind of added a little bit of a base to this. Like that. How does that look? That's not bad. Okay, I might come back through later and do that. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about the detail of this much more right now. I actually want to make a wall for this. And so this is where the builder wand really comes in handy, because it's going to be easy to move this. So let's go. Let's see. Probably about right here. That'll be I think that'll be the top part of it. Yeah. Maybe a little bit lower. No, you know what? That'll be fine. Ooh, it's laggy. Why is it lagging so bad for? There we go. This is probably going to take time for the world to get used to loading. Or something like that. You know what? I think I'm going to bring it down to like maybe right there instead. There. There. Yeah, that's a pretty good size, because that makes... I might even make the turn a little bit smaller than that. Alright, so... Now... Line these up. There we go. Something like that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. There. So one of the things that I want to do with this series... Hold on. Let's do game mode... Do daylight cycle. Can I even do game mode? No, I want to do game rule. Game rule. Do daylight cycle. Do false. Then time set 0. There we go. Actually, I'm gonna do time set 1000. There we go. Now we're gonna bring the wall that way. But I was thinking about maybe possibly curving it, or not curving it, but diagonaling it a little bit. So like here. Something like that. I want to kind of bring it down the hill a little bit here. So here, here, here. There. Maybe like 2 more. It's really laggy for some reason. I wonder if it's the way that I have my render distance set. Let's turn it on to 13. There we go. And so let's continue this over here then. And how much space is in between here? 2? Okay. So this one will need to go there. 1, 2, there. And then let's run this into that. There we go. So just like that. So, builder one time. My biggest fear is a misclick. And I did it. At least it wasn't that bad of a misclick. What is my FPS right now? 30 FPS. Huh. That's weird. Change that to unlimited. 50. Okay, that's a little better. So remember, guys, we're not going to be putting too much detail into the build just yet. I want to make sure that I can get the massive build part done first. So there's that wall continued. That looks pretty neat, actually. I really like that. Alright. Same thing on the other side. God, I love the builder's wand. It's so awesome. Okay, now I am considering maybe sloping that down a little bit. We'll see. I think it would probably look pretty good if these were the same size. And to do so, we can just start from like this point right here. Let's see. Yeah, I think that'll probably be better if it's sloped down. So the easiest way to slope something down like this is to just follow the base. So every time we go down a block, we just kind of, you know, go down another block. And that'll keep it pretty even. These will be the same size. There you go. So something like that. Now that is a pretty tight slope. I don't know. Let's try the other side to see what we like, if we like it or not. Kind of not. Did I not line these up correctly or something? Huh. Okay. The slope sides have always been a problem for me. I'm gonna come back to that though. So, I was thinking, like, it would be cool. Like, I obviously want to make like I want to make almost like a mountainside village here. So I'm trying to think about like plotting of the wall and where that's going to take us. Hold on. There we go. So, for now, what I'm going to do is I actually think I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this right here. Is my vein miner not working? Vein miner, see, sneak. Set to activate on sneak. Yeah, I might have to be in game mode, actually. In mode 0. Oh my god, no way. I don't know why that's not working. Anyways, I'll try to figure that out in a minute. That should be working just fine, though. So I don't think these walls are going to work the way I want them to. So one thing that I've always like kind of been fascinated with castles is like the mixture of stone, brick, and things like that. So let's work on that now. I want to kind of come over here and kind of throw some more detail at this thing. The one thing I'm not really a fan of right now is the how thick it looks. It looks very thick. Chunky at the base. So let me get rid of that. Alright, I want to kind of work on the top part now. And let's see. So let's get rid of this. And yeah, we're just going to take it one step at a time, I think. So we got that. That's going to match the outside portion of that. So let's see. We could build these up just like so. Something like that, maybe. I kind of like how that's like, it almost looks like evil or something. There. There. Okay, how does that look? That looks good. Except for one thing. Let's get rid of the blocks around the bottom real fast. I think we need to add a couple more layers. So you. Let's go down. There's one layer. Okay, that gave it a little bit more detail. Let's try the stairs now. There. I'm gonna exclude that for a minute. I just want to. There we go. How does that look? That looks a lot better. That looks more what's the distributed, I think is the word I'm looking for. All right, now, get rid of that. Kind of want to do a little bit of detail work in the front here. So we've got that, and I think I want to put a stair there, That's coming together quite nicely. And then, I mean, if we really wanted to really take it to the next level, we could almost grab. Let's see. Let's just see. Let's see. Cobblestone is a good one, and then probably stone. Like the back portion of this wall here. Let's get rid of all of that, because I'm not sure what's going to be inside of there just yet. So what does cobblestone look like? That's okay. Let me finish the top of this real fast just to see if I like it or not. So then, I think we should actually probably keep that all stone and brick inside of there. I want to put variations in, but it needs to look like it fits very well with it. You know what I mean? Okay. So I think I like that better. That already makes that look 100 times better. And then I want to come back over here. There. Let's put that in there just like that. And then I want to come in from behind. Fill the back portion of that in. And then... There. There. That's not too bad. Let's actually, I kind of want to try just a different slab. Let's see what the stone slabs look like. It's kind of a brighter color. Alright, I'm not sure. Honestly, I think I might go with cobblestone. Get rid of that. I'm just not sure about that middle piece. Might leave that empty, because I don't think there's anything I could really put in there. You know what? I've got an idea. Fence. That would be at the very top, wouldn't it? Am I losing my mind? Actually, it'd be called a wall. Never mind. Number one. There we go. Cobblestone walls. That's okay looking. I kind of wanted it to not touch the side, though. You know what? Let's do pillar instead. Okay, let me do cobblestone pillar. There we go. Let's compress. Is there not like a regular, just plain old cobblestone? Salt? What the hell? I don't see it. That's weird. There's not a cobblestone pillar. Okay. Well, I can do that myself here. Let me grab... Sorry it's taking so long. Oh, no. I think I saw it. Hold on. Pillar. Right there. Okay. You. you. How does that look? Do you guys like that? Let me know if you like that or not. I don't know if I like that or not. You know what we could do? Get rid of that. Get rid of that. There, and then we could do this instead. And then... I don't like the fact that that looks like a full block, though. Something like... Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Okay, I'm going with that right there. Okay, so that's cool. And then let's focus on the front detail now. So, I think I'm going to put blocks here. Actually, let's try stairs. Okay, so stairs give that a little bit more detail. Let's get rid of these. Put slabs there. Okay, I like slabs immediately better already. Replace all those. There. There. Okay. So that fits the top part. I just don't know what I want to put in this middle part. We could do the walls there. That kind of gives it a little bit of an offset detail color. So something like that. Get rid of that. There we go. Okay, so the turret, it has more detail now. I like that a little bit better. I do want to do something with this wall down here, though. I just think it's a little bland, to be honest with you. What if we kind of sprinkle some color in? Like maybe use these walls halfway through or something like that? Like that right there. No, not a big fan of that. Okay. You know what else could possibly look good in there? Let me fill this all back in. Let me just, I'm gonna surprise you guys with this one, I think. Let me just grab a piece of cobblestone. I think that possibly just doing all cobblestone might give it like a ground kind of rocky look. Yeah, that's championship caliber right there, boys. All right, I like that. Now let's focus on the corner. I wanted to do the slabs and that there. So it needs to, see. The problem is like that transition is garbage. I don't like that transition. Let's get rid of that, put that there. But see, then that doesn't fit with the rest of that. All you gotta do is that there instead. Then... Hold on, am I putting that the wrong way? Oh, no wonder I'm putting it the wrong way. There we go. So something like that. And then maybe we get rid of a block there. There. That looks kind of bad. First off, let's fix that. And then same with these. There. How does that look? The bottom is going to be the death of me. Alright, I'm not sure about this just yet. I am not a huge fan of how that looks. We're going to have to figure something else for it. Okay. So now that we have that, you think, is there any other little details that I want to put into that? I really do want to do something for the sides here. Let's actually take some stone slabs. Kind of start from the top, maybe. And then... how does that look? Do sort of every bottom piece. That is a little bit too much in my opinion. Okay, get rid of that. And you know what? You know what we could do? Let's do... I don't really see there being like a middle piece though, you know what I mean? I was gonna say maybe we could take out like right here. That kind of feels like the middle. And then put some fences in. That kind of takes like... it feels like it takes the structure out of the wall though. Okay. So trial and error, guys. This is how I build. I kind of take a big piece and then just take it into small sections and kind of cut it down and kind of go from there. Now, trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to do. Now, my idea for a castle, I feel as though castles have torches, right? You got this like sweet looking lantern thing. That kind of looks pretty cool, actually. Huh. Alright, well, we're definitely going to have to use these for the walls, then. Now, so we've got the top part done. And we decided not to put any detail into here, right? I can't even fit a... Oh, that's like the slabs. Okay. So we'll do the same on the other sides. I kind of feel like it's missing something. You know what I'm saying? Like... I just don't know what I feel like I'm missing, you know? I do have an idea, though. Let's get rid of this. And instead of doing that, let's go behind it here. And block that up. There. And you remember what we did on modded Superflat? Where we had... Let's do a slab. A slab. And then let's do... It's not gonna let me place it in there. That'll need to be a slab stone brick. Slab. And then here, slab stone brick slab. And it comes up with these, really. Maybe I can just find it through the... I wish I had an easier way to find micro blocks. Yeah. This is a forge micro part slab. It should allow for us to connect these together. There we go. And so that one needs the same. That's the one thing I like about micro part. It makes this easier. I could go for that. The only thing I don't like about it is how bulky these sides look. Let's do the other side. And then what I want your guys' opinion. You know, as always with anything that I build in this series, your feedback is crucial. Like very, very important. Because I need to know if I'm doing okay or not. Like, to me, this looks amazing. I like the way that this looks. But majority of you could hate it. There. There. Okay, let's see what that looks like from the side. You know what? I think I'm gonna keep it. I just wish there was a way to sort of fix this right here. Like, we could put a stair there. Ooh. That kind of looks really good, actually. Stair there. And then maybe even just do a vertical slab. Because we have vertical slabs now because of Forge. Thank you, Forge. I like you a lot, friend. There. But that doesn't really work well on the front end of things. Because of that block sticking out. Let's see what it looks like. Let's not judge it too quickly yet. So if we change that, we could get rid of these. And see, that doesn't really work on that side though. Like with that middle piece there. Huh. Okay. Could go like that. How do I... Come on. There we go. Maybe something like that right there. That actually doesn't look that bad. And then... the only problem is... Let's take all of these and then move them down a block. So you... Get rid of those. Get rid of those. You. Just like that. And then we could even put more detail in there now because we have more room. Oh, these are hard to place. There, there, there. Okay, guys, how do you like that detail now? I'm okay with it. I like the walls. If you want me to revert it back to where we had before, that's fine. I think we are out of time for today, though, guys, with this. This is going to probably be a daily thing because I feel myself getting addicted really early on. I'm just not sure about this change. I might switch it back to the way we had it. Let me know down in the comment section below how you feel about this. The bottom, to me, is good. The top, to me, fantastic. It's just this middle piece I'm not sure about. But if you guys enjoyed this, make sure you hit that like button, show support on the channel. Hope you guys all have a great day. This is iJevin. Peace out.